Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. It is always a pleasure to chat with my dear friend. I cannot wait to hear what he's got going on today and what we're going to learn. If you could introduce yourself, your first and last name, and all you're up to.
Of course, I'm Louis Bezich, men's health advocate, contributing writer to phillyvoice.com, and the author of Saving Men from Themselves, 20 proven tactics that give men over 50, a healthy lifestyle and a healthy leg up on life.
I love that. Saving them from themselves. I love that.
Yes.
Absolutely love that title. I remember you shared it with me, and I was like, that could be perfection. That is absolute perfection.
There you go.
Congratulations on the book and all
Thank
that
you.
you've got going on. This is our last conversation for 2025. So
Yes.
I know it's going to be a good one. I am excited to dive on in. What do we have going on?
Well, today we have yet another important message for men,
Yeah.
particularly men over 50. That's my target here, and the people that love them because it's so, so important. And it's a message that is one of reinforcement because we've talked so much about how the science over decades has proven that our relationships, our social dynamics, our social relationships are so important to our health and well-being. And yet, here's another study just came out this week from the Canadian Journal of Cardiology, which says that one, it reinforces the point that our social relationships are important, but then really zeroes in on, from a cardiovascular standpoint, our most intimate relationships and the quality of those intimate relationships. So it's spousal, significant others, and how that can really make a difference in cardiovascular health. And why is that so important?
Yeah.
Well, what's the number one cause of death among Americans in general, men in particular, and increasingly at risk are men over 50.
Yeah.
So this new study, I love the fact that it reinforces what we've been talking about now for years
Yes.
and really zeroes in on how it can help, the number one killer amongst all of us here in the country.
Oh my God. A little bit more love keeps the heart beating. I think that's
Yes,
the
it's
best
it's
way.
it's kind of intuitive, but this is not a Valentine's Day
No,
message,
it's
but
not. It's
the
not. We'll bring it
science
up
is
again.
there. Yes.
But it's important. I think that, again, we think and we talk about so many different options, so many different things, but the company you keep is equally as important to your health. And so, yes, we're talking about dietary restrictions or adjustments. Yes, we're talking about fitness regimens, but what are you doing socially? And what does your life really, what makes up your life? Who's depending on you? Who are you depending on? Is that really what we're getting at here?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We've again, my mantra has always been, and my tough love message for men out there is, guys, believe it or not, there are people that care about your sorry soul, and
Yes.
it's not just about you, right? There are others out there. It's a package that extends beyond your individual life, and this proves it once again. It's not only, and there's other science, in this study. I encourage people, don't like to get too
Yeah.
academically wonky on folks, but it's a great, you just grab the paper,
Sure.
you'll see it coming out in my next Philly Voice article, but it gets into the details where, the science has proven that married men typically, or men in long-term relationships, tend to be healthier than those that are not.
Yeah.
But this is important because it's not just being in a relationship, but, working on the quality. That's why in the new book, I talk about communication,
Yeah.
right? I talk about, for older guys, recognizing that, the woman in your life goes through something called menopause, and you might want to be supportive of that.
Sure.
Topics that you typically don't see in a health and fitness kind of a book.
For sure.
But I would argue that if relationships are the platform behind everything else and the motivation to live healthy, then those kinds of things are important. And I think this study bears that out.
Oh, I think so too. I think so too. And I think, especially now, 'tis the season as we go into
Yeah.
the new year, the holidays may be the best place to start. I know that oftentimes we can't figure out how to reignite relationships. We can't figure out how to like get started from where you are. You've maybe been so self-absorbed, gentlemen, over the past couple of
Sure.
years. So how do we ignite? This is the perfect excuse to do it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, to kind of really give yourself an excuse to begin to form connections. Do you think that's a good idea?
Oh, absolutely. The holidays cut two ways. One, and we've spoken about this, but it's important to reinforce. One is all the temptation to eat too much, to drink too much, and to, kind of neglect our health. But
Yeah.
the other opportunity, the other way it cuts is tremendous opportunity to
Yeah.
be to see that motivation because it's right in our faces.
Yeah.
Families, loved ones, the young ones, the kids coming back from college. It's all
Sure.
there typically in front of us. And that's the point. Like, recognize that you want to be part of their lives. You
Yeah.
want to have great intergenerational relationships. You
That's
want to
it.
bond with your spouse and significant other. It's all like right in front of our faces. So use that, as you point out, Sheldon, as a springboard,
Yeah.
not only to start your healthy habits, but as we look into the new year, to really start off on a good foot.
Yeah, really creating, well, not only the tradition, but we talked about changing our lifestyle, right? What does it look
Yeah.
like? So after this the weekend, after this holiday, follow up, stay connected, find not only excuses, but build occasions around getting together. One, it gives you that benchmark that you talk about so often, right? The goals in
Yep.
which you need. We're going to someone's wedding, it's someone's birthday, it's someone's anniversary. And so you want to be healthy for it. I think that that's so wonderful for you to think about. And then also, you always feel better when you're surrounded by people that love you, right? Surrounded by people that are concerned about you, and therefore you want to be concerned, so you stay around for them. And I think that's always a good lesson to learn.
Absolutely. For 26, do something every week with
Yeah.
a spouse, with a
Yeah.
child, a grandchild, whatever. Line up that social agenda, as we call it, for the full year, and that'll give you a great platform to stay motivated.
Well, you have been such a resource for us this year, 2025. And though it's coming to an end, we have so many exciting things going on
Oh
for
yeah.
2026. I know you do as well. And we're so excited to continue this relationship and continue sharing all of your insights. If people want to get in touch with you, if they want to follow, fan, and like you and learn more about what you've got going on, where do they find that information?
Cheldon on social media, it's at Louis Bezich, and my website, louisbezich.com. You'll see what's going on in my world and all the particulars to track all the activities going on now and certainly into 26.
Oh, we're so excited. Congratulations again on your new book. We
Thank
will
you.
be truly paying attention to all that you've got going on. You know, you're stuck with us, and we're so happy to have you as part of our This Is It Network family.
Thank you so much.
Of
Thank you so
course,
much.
of
And
course.
happy
Okay.
holidays.
Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and happy New Year. Please get in touch with us if you need anything from This Is It Network, from all of us here at This Is It TV. I'm Cheldin Barlett Rumor, and we will see you soon. Take care.